east of US and the greater Toronto area, Niagara offers businesses some serious strategic advantages. While our physical location in the heart of one of the North American's corridor is a key, there's so much more to Niagara's business story. If you have left Toronto by sea, not by road, I'm saying by the lake, it's only 50 kilometers. You want to swim, you can swim it out. But the point is, it's not far from Toronto, what I mean to say, but we are not in Toronto. So there is no congestion, no high price of land. Within a radius of 500 miles, within a 1 day's drive, you cover out cities like Chicago, Boston, New York, Washington, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, almost 130 million people that we are covering about. So it's a great opportunity that we are talking about. Definitely, it's all about location, location, and location. So we are next to the largest economies of the world. Multimodal access is the most admired stuff that you are in Niagara. So Niagara is one of the North America's busiest economic trade corridors. Via road, rail, sea, sky, we are talking almost $100 billion in trade that flows across Niagara's borders each year. Now, that's a great opportunity that we are talking about. You may want to consider having your presence or build business partners within Niagara and have the access to this pinch of gigantic business corridor. Most welcome. I just thought of giving you a landscape of what it means from an educational skill force perspective, but I'll touch base on what are the key businesses that are in place. So Niagara offers business access to a highly skilled workforce with a rich history in manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, tourism, and best of the educational institutions. When we talk about business-wise, Niagara is a home to manufacturing icons like General Motors and General Electric, as well as hundreds of small and strategic producers that are using the local innovation and technology resources to remain highly competitive. We have almost around 700 manufacturing businesses that we are talking about. So when we talk about manufacturing, on the other side, we are talking about agribusiness, which is a fundamental pillar of Niagara's economy. The Niagara Escarpment, Lake Ontario, and the Lake Erie influence the soil and microclimate to create some of the Canada's best growing condition. So we have 80% of Canada's wine and grapes, which is produced from Niagara, and that gives a place for greenhouse growers, cash crop guys, livestock farmers, dairies, and diverse collection of food processors. I'm not here bragging about as a salesman pitch for Niagara, but what is the realistic part of it is what I'm trying to put across before you guys. So we have almost 200 plus greenhouses, almost 200,000 acres of farmlands and 1,800 farms. And an amazing support government has in terms of helping collective farmers. So with recent investment of almost over 320 million in food and beverage sector, we are really looking forward the agro-food business to be on a greater traction. Comes the next is transportation and logistics. As one can understand, it's an economic corridor. So for businesses that support the shipment of goods, we have a wonderful presence of 500 transportation and logistics business in Niagara, which makes a solid sense of having a greater depth of logistics and third-party service providers. The other sector which I would like to touch base is tourism. Of course, beyond waterfalls, as we are talking about, Niagara has evolved from a summer destination, focusing on the famous falls, into a beloved four-season vacation destination and one of Canada's most popular location for conferences, conventions, and weddings. Last year itself, we had around 13 million tourists visiting the region. And finally, I would like to dwell upon education institutions that Niagara is famous for. So Niagara's educational and research institution has amazing institutions like Niagara College, Brock University, and an exclusive innovation research center like Wineland Research and Innovation Center. And there is a complete speciality on food and wine through Canadian Food and Wine Institution. I definitely welcome all of you folks to be a part of Niagara region and take along with you some of the best practices, because these are the institutions where if you are a part of it, you will learn of what it means to back up small micro enterprises into a next level. So I'm a government agency, I'm a part of a government resource. So here I am for you guys to know more about what it means for a specific business, be it in agro, be it in retail sector, apparels, or a style industry that you would look upon to connect to almost 51 countries through free trade agreements. So Canada would be it's the only one country which has got its bilateral agreement with all the G7 nations. So that's great of itself. We are wonderful companies. Perhaps the most convincing argument for doing business in Niagara is the caliber of companies who choose to operate businesses here. From General Motors, which has been operating in St. Catharines since 1929, to General Electric, which is currently constructing its newest brilliant factory in Welland as a part of one of the municipality within Niagara. Definitely Niagara is a home to a diverse range of successful multinational companies. And perhaps in the last 5 years alone itself, we are having almost an investment of $4 billion, which has really taken up the economic prosperity to the next level. So good companies are there and a lot of things are happening around. It's a great opportunity, as I mentioned, that when you have on one end trade which connects to international market, on the other side, for Peruvian companies, when you look forward an inward approach, we are more than happy to help you get into a B2B alliance with our local folks. Because when I talk about from a foreign trade zone, which I have 1 or 2 slides to share with you, I reach out almost 600 exporting firms. So if you are looking forward some sort of an inward B2B tie-ups with our folks over here, or looking forward to represent some of the agencies from Niagara region, I'm more than happy to help you guys, be it from a market intelligence perspective, be it in terms of helping you on entry-level strategies, or more than that, if you are looking forward specific resource that you would like to connect with some of us, please welcome here. We are more than happy. I definitely look forward. This is a great opportunity through this virtual fair that we have started that dialogue, and some point of time through Veronica or through the CG's office, I would like to take it up more on a much more macro level, so the micro industries can benefit out of it. One of the input that I would like to put across is our Welland Canal. Now, this is a unique feature of carrying commodities from one lake to another lake, which has given a huge opportunity for shipping and docking facilities. And it's close to Hamilton Port, one of the biggest port within the Great Lake region. So this is a great multimodal location that one would look upon. Hey guys, tomorrow if you are in Canada, into the Niagara region, I'm more than happy to get you connected across the border into Buffalo. Contact address the next morning to say that, okay guys, we are now in Canada, now we would like to push across our goods into US. Most welcome. I mean, I'm talking about the cross synergies that one can look forward. Veronica, I'm good as far as the time is concerned?
Yes.
All right. Definitely, when you see all these numbers in place...
No, you're fine. You can go on.
All right. So, as far as this slide goes about, there are a lot of numbers over here. All that matters for businesses, can we be cost effective? If in case... Here, I'm not pitching in for saying that you need to be over here as far as investment presence is concerned, but any companies, when they look into getting into a foreign markets, the most important thing is how good can our landing be, number one, how good our partnering be, how good the communication relationship would be, and most importantly, the landscape of being cost effective. So Niagara's notable performance across be it labor, transport, distribution, taxes, utilities, financing and facilities has been punching well above. its weight class. So, it's easy enough to say we are open for business, but very hard to prove it. And that's why Niagara works tirelessly as a region to capture the real world results that prove our region is an incredibly cost competitive place to own and operate a business. We got some wonderful incentives in place. More importantly, we offer a concierge style of approach to economic development. So, particularly for companies, I do have many companies who come with a specific inquiry that we would like to set up in a very small way of having a warehouse, of building up a distribution presence of our product over here and connect with our local market. Effectively, when you walk into my office, this is what I offer a red carpet welcome to help you understand all that, gamut of services that we can offer to you. So we are a dedicated professional team of regional experts, affordable land, fairly priced utilities, taxes, a very collaborative approach to labor relations, low healthcare costs, and highly efficient logistics system. If you see some of the incentives, these are mainly from a perspective of a green or a brownfield incentive, but beyond that, if you're looking forward for a trade participation, have some B2B, most happy to help you guys. Now, this is a slide which I am responsible. So when I say foreign trade zone, it's very important to understand, like, unlike we have in Peru, special economic development zone. Similarly, the entire country as Canada is considered to be a foreign trade zone, which means if you are importing your goods for the purpose of storing, handling, reconfiguring or manufacturing it, etc. And if you are bringing it from an import-prone countries, obviously duty and tax are exempted out of it. You do a value add and then push it across to any other markets. That's called re-export. So we are one. So what Canada as a country, the entire country is considered to be a foreign trade zone, but they have created service points called as foreign trade zone points. And this foreign trade zone points are assisted by 48 regulatory agencies from federal, provincial, regional, municipal agencies. And I am the one-man army for this entire entity. So what it means is, like, we are one of the Canada's designated foreign trade zone point, offering Niagara businesses that export goods with a competitive edge. Definitely, we are talking beyond tariff and tax exemptions is sometimes connecting with financial institutions to fund certain projects, be it credit financing, bidding, bonding, insurance, all these things. When it comes to a crown corporation, it makes a sense for companies to be cost effective. So couple of value points that I have put across. More on this, I am more than happy to handhold any of your Peruvian companies who are looking forward, or as I reach out my local companies, it's more of a B2B connect. So, yeah.
Great presentation, judges.
It's wonderful.
I'm in love already about Niagara.
That's exactly what we need. And
yeah, so I'm almost done with this is what our gamut of services that we offer, whether it's support, incentive, easy access. And sincerely, I thank once again my gratitude to the Consul General of Peru in Toronto, Veronica, for this opportunity. As I said, I am available for any support facilitation. And guys, if you want to know more about us, please visit our website. All contact numbers are available, and more than happy in case if you, the one which has been stated over there, the website is niagararegion.ca. It is actually niagaracanada.com now. We have repositioned our website, and more than happy, guys. And thank you very much. If you do have any questions, I'm more than happy to help you guys.
Thank you so much, judges. We have a group of Peruvian companies right now listening to you.
thank you.
So, Raimundo, Gonzalo, Claire de Lune, Sander, Milagro Johansson, Nelly Puertas, Heidi, Lobo Black. Si tienen alguna pregunta, if you have any question, Yayes is available right now to answer any of your questions. So please go ahead and just send your questions through the chat. We have Yayes Menon, who just did a tremendous presentation. And I'm telling you, Yayes, I'm in love. I wanna go to Niagara immediately. And now that it's summertime, I'm sure the weather these days is tremendous.
Guys, welcome, most welcome. I would say let's do a small inward mission from Peru. I'm more than happy to handhold you guys. What we can do is we can invite your companies to come and have a just a landscape view of what it means. Connect with. I'll get some of our companies who would be interested in a B2B networking, and beyond that, have a wonderful winery visit some vineyard, and connect with some of our manufacturing or the agro business. I'm sure this is just an opening as an icebreaker, I would say, with this presentation, but we need to keep our conversation healthy and on a continuity basis, you know.
Tremendous. I see that Nelly Puerta from Peru is mentioned in the chat.
Absolutely. And I will be in charge to connect every one of you.
Go ahead, Veronica, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I was trying to say that I am going to be in touch with all of you, the Peruvian exhibitors, just to connect with the Niagara region. I think this is a great opportunity to introduce yourself with Yayesh. I will send some emails to introduce you, and maybe he can help us finding some matches in the region. Another thing that I would like to add is that I've been in Niagara several times. It's a wonderful, beautiful place to be, to work, and to live. And it's a great opportunity to be connected not only to Canada, but also with the US, as they are in the border. So you can connect with the US market and the Canadian market as well. And there's also a beautiful place called Niagara on the Lake, where you have a beautiful stores that could be a great match for you, because they have beautiful boutiques, apparel, footwear, everything. So yeah, just if you can explain a little bit more about Niagara on the Lake and the great opportunities that they could have in there.
So Veronica, it's nice to hear from you about talking about Niagara and your connects in Niagara region, the region. Now, first and foremost thing, when you take a detour from Hamilton, as for folks who are just new to this entire map, I would just suggest that when you are on Toronto, Queen Elizabeth Road, you are deviating towards Niagara region, and we are a 12 municipality region. I could send you a map sometimes next after this presentation. So 12 municipalities together forms this entire region. We are almost around 500,000 population. But as she mentioned, one of the scenic beauty is to get into the historical lane, biking, by trail, and that's what Niagara on the Lakes is all about. It's a wonderful historic place, and you would like to do some little shopping as well as enjoy some wine out there, have some good food, and I'm sure that there's a lot of South American restaurants over there which will just get you back to your memory lane of your own place that you're coming in. So it's a wonderful place, your town. Yeah.
Excellent, Yayesh. Thank you so much, actually, for your presentation. We see that there is no question for now, and Veronica is going to send, actually, with your permission, your presentation to everybody here in Peru, so they can have access, to your contact information, and of course, they can connect with you directly. But thank you so much, Yayesh. I can see that, for example, Milagro Johansen is mentioning right now. She wants to talk to Veronica and with Yayesh directly. So Veronica, I believe yesterday we sent an email connecting you directly with Milagros. So that idea that all the exporters, the Peruvian exporters that are interested in developing the Canadian market can connect, directly with you guys, so they can understand a little bit more the challenges and what will be the best route of action, to basically take their businesses over there. So I'm very excited about what's happening right now, and I really appreciate your time, Yayesh, of being here with us and sharing all this very important information that is going to help all these Peruvian exporters. Thank you so much.
So, Enric, just quick one before I wind off. As you mentioned about for those Peruvian exporters who I would look upon, for me, the target segment is micro and small enterprises. Large enterprises, they have their own resources. So what they need to do is, first and foremost thing, have a local presence. By having a warehouse presence, get an entry into the market, and then have the goods pushed across to some of their local targets. And this is how I would say to bridge up the road and get to know about more and more of local guys who could be a potential agency partners. We are very transparent as far as the business is concerned. So you may have at some point of time to build up inroads by just having a local presence. More on this, we can always have a chat, and thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Yajesh.
All right.
Veronica, I don't know if
Thank
you
you
want
so
to...
much, Yajesh. It was a pleasure to have you here. See you.
All right. Okay, then I can exit now.
Yes, you can, Yajesh. Thank you so much.
Bye for
I
now.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Yajesh.
Bye. Bye.
Ok, Verónica. Me están preguntando acá varios exportadores peruanos, entre ellos justamente Milagros. Ya se vienen las presentaciones de la cónsul en la tarde. Debido a las limitaciones técnicas, hemos tenido que postergar algunas presentaciones. Me parece que vamos a reagendar la reunión, ¿no es cierto?, con la ciudad de Hamilton, y más bien la cónsul está entrando a las 12 del mediodía peruano, que es la 1 de la tarde, en este caso en Canadá, nuevamente a la feria para hacer sus presentaciones. Después de eso tenemos a varias compañías peruanas, entre ellas tenemos pues a Fidenza Diseño, tenemos a Core Shoes, tenemos a Butrich también, que hace unos zapatos para mujeres increíbles, Platería Rocío. Así que vamos a tener varias compañías peruanas presentando, y justamente nos dijeron la idea es que podamos conectarnos con las compañías canadienses para que ellas puedan ver sus presentaciones. Así que vamos a ir en tiempo real conectándonos también con Canadá para influenciar que esta tarde, que son más exportadores peruanos, puedan tener una audiencia canadiense que los pueda ver y observar. Y obviamente conectarlos con autoridades como Yajesh, que,
¿Me permites comentar algo al respecto?
Sí, por supuesto que sí.
Ok, gracias a todos por estar presente en estas pláticas. Créanme que la información que han recibido el día de hoy ha sido información de gran valor. Las personas que estuvieron el día de hoy son personas que se dedican justamente a presentar sus regiones, a presentar a empresas con empresas, y les quiero explicar cómo va a funcionar el resto de la feria. El día de hoy, en cuanto terminemos de platicar con la cónsul, nos explique la guía de negocios, voy a visitar a cada uno de ustedes dentro de sus salas virtuales y les voy a explicar cuáles son las regiones que tenemos, con las que podemos conectar, cuáles son los compradores canadienses con los que podemos conectar, y voy a tratar de agendar uno a uno las conexiones entre ustedes. Es importante, por favor, como la feria está abierta, aquí en Canadá, como se hacen los negocios, es que las personas van visitando las diferentes áreas interactivas en el momento que ellos tienen un momento libre o simple y sencillamente porque en ese momento se dieron la oportunidad de visitarlos. Entonces, tengan por favor la precaución de que alguien siempre esté atendiendo sus salas virtuales. Nuevamente les comento, voy a pasar con ustedes, me van a platicar ustedes de sus productos, de sus servicios, con quienes quieren tener contacto, y yo haré esas presentaciones por ustedes. Ese realmente es el valor agregado de la feria, el que ustedes puedan tener esta información y el que nosotros como empresa podamos abrirles la puerta para que ustedes puedan tener conexiones uno a uno con oficinas de gobierno que pueden ayudarnos a hacer también las conexiones con otras empresas y directamente con los compradores. Así que, por favor, esténse pendientes. En cuanto terminemos la conferencia de la cónsul, estaré visitándolos a cada uno de ustedes, los que tienen sus salas virtuales, con mucho gusto para hacer estas conexiones.
Verónica, muchas gracias. La verdad que ha sido un momento muy bueno con Yajesh, y gracias por aclarar todos estos temas. Creo que las compañías peruanas, dice, hoy harán las visitas, ¿cierto? Hoy mismo, dice Verónica, perfecto. Así que esto continúa. Hemos dado una semana más. La próxima semana todas las compañías exportadoras van a tener su sala donde vamos a seguir conectando off y online, de tal forma que hacemos quizá conexiones por correo, y el face to face lo vamos a hacer directamente en las salas de los exportadores. Así que eso lo vamos a continuar hasta la próxima semana. Más bien ya son 11:35 hora de Lima. Vamos a tomar una media hora de break hasta mediodía Lima, lo que sería la 1 de la tarde Canadá, donde la cónsul peruana Ana Cecilia Gervasi nos estará haciendo sus presentaciones. Muchas gracias y nos vemos en media hora a mediodía hora de Lima, 1 p.m. Canada time.